Hi, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for all the feedback and the comments on the last video about me editing videos versus not. And I really appreciate all of that because it gave me the confidence that maybe I just don't need to edit and you guys would be okay with it. And majority of you said yes. So I'm really happy with that, which is why I was able to get on here today. And I thought I would share this little beginning experience that I don't think I've ever shared all of it or all the details yet. Yeah, I don't think so. It's about my beginning experiences. And I kind of just wanted to share my story because I feel like a lot of you also have very similar synchronicities or coincidences of how we found medical medium. And so I just wanted to share my story of how I found him and a little bit of the beginning experiences that I had with it. Because there's just something about it that I found that was so meaningful, or I felt like it was on purpose, like it was supposed to happen this way. So basically, in the beginning, I had been feeling faint and lightheaded all the time. And I really just didn't know what to do. It was going on for a couple of months. And then I got to this point where I was literally just on my bedroom floor and I was praying to God in tears and saying, I need help. I don't know what to do. Guide me, show me the way, show me what you want me to do to just help myself get better. Because I will follow whatever you put in front of me. And mind you, I've been dealing with a lot of health issues my whole entire life. But this one was really debilitating where I was feeling faint all the time. So I couldn't actually work because everything was triggering me to feel very lightheaded and give me like that tunnel vision. So I was at a desperate part of my life. And I have mentioned this before, but I was on the floor and basically scrolling on my phone, and it was a Facebook, I believe, ad or post. And it was Gwyneth Paltrow's online magazine Goop. And it was sharing about Anthony William and his new book that was being launched. And I think the title was something about mysterious illnesses and what to do with them or whatever, something to those means. And so it caught my eye. I started reading, and this was all, mind you, after I was just praying to God for help. Within, I don't know, 10 minutes, 5 minutes even, I came across that. And so I read it, and literally I felt that that article was written for me. And he was speaking to me and all my issues and all the problems I was dealing with, even now, I mean, at that time and in the past. And I was like, I'm going to order this book. And I remember I ordered it. I read it in about 3 days. And I was like, holy cow, this is everything. I know this is it. And so this was in, I think, after Thanksgiving or so, around November time or right around there was when I got the book and I read it and I knew that this was it. But I wasn't ready to implement everything. I had so much to remember and so much to learn, but I agreed with everything in that first medical medium book with the blue x-ray. And that was the only book that was available. And he would also do those Hay House radio shows every Monday. So I would listen to those. But that was the only information. And so I knew the holidays were coming up and I was going to be traveling back to go and see my family. And so I knew I couldn't start anything because I wasn't in a space and I didn't want to start something and then like half do it and not be fully committed. For myself, I'm somebody who likes to commit like full into it. And so I didn't start anything. I started when I got back in January. So November, I read the book. Then the holidays came. I went and seen my family. I came back. And in January, I started to slowly implement, but I didn't fully commit until I believe it was February, the month of February. So I kind of dabbled into things for the month of January. And then in February, I committed 100%. I started doing the heavy metal detox smoothie, the celery juice, all the adrenal snacks. And I think for dinner, I would just do something very plain like salad, like greens with no dressing, and just kind of kept it. I don't even think I used that much salt either. I just went really plain because I really wanted all of these food to help me. Oh, and in November, there was a contest that you could enter if you took a picture on social media with the book, and you could enter to win. Back then, Anthony was doing private consultations, and I believe it was like $500 or something like that for a session with him. And so there was this contest that if you posted your picture with the book, then you could enter to win to get a free consultation with him. And so I entered. And back then I didn't have any social media. I had, I don't know, a couple hundred followers. The medical medium Instagram had maybe like 2,000 followers, nothing much. And so March or April, I think it was, I forgot exactly what month, but it was like either March or April or a couple months after, I get a message, a DM message in my Instagram account. And it was from Medical Medium. And it said, hey, and this, I'm assuming back then this was him writing, because he said, my team had reached out to you and never heard back from you, but wanted to know if you were still interested in the free consultation that you had won. And I swear to you, I have never gotten any message from him or any email from them, because it wouldn't have been possible, but I've never gotten any comment or reply or something to get in touch with them because I had won the contest. So when he offered me that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And I had two thoughts in my head. One, I was super excited because I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I needed. And, God blessed me with having a consultation with him, a private one. But then I thought, holy cow, what if this means that I'm super messed up and I needed that much help? So I had this like dual excitement but scared feeling, which was really weird. But anyways, I got in contact with his assistant at the time, and she helped to schedule me a date, but then it got pushed off because he was really busy and he couldn't do it. And I was like, oh yeah, that's fine. I mean, I took it like it was free. So I'm sure Anthony is really busy and he's doing all these things and he doesn't have time to do a free one. So I was just grateful to even have the chance. And then I think I had a question about the spirulina or something. I was afraid to take it. And so kind of her, she actually reached out to clarify something, the secretary. And I was like, wow, these people are actually like helping me. Like they actually care about what's happening with me. And I mean, I was literally on my own. There wasn't anybody. There was a small group that started to post things about their healing and medical medium. And so I would kind of follow and see what they were doing. But literally, it was just me, that chest x-ray book, and all the medical medium radio shows. And I would literally just take notes. I have a whole tablet full of notes from those radio shows because I was just like a sponge and I wanted to know everything to help myself in whatever way possible. And so that's my story. So I did get to actually talk to medical medium Anthony. I got to talk to him and have a consultation, which he confirmed a lot of things that I already had intuitively kind of thought were the issues, but he clarified a lot of them. So it was kind of like confirmation I had from him and spirit. And gosh, it was just such a huge relief to hear the confirmation from him. And all those events, like finding that post on by scrolling on my Facebook and to like winning the contest to him actually having a consultation with him and talking to him and confirming what I was reading and what I was thinking was happening with me was correct. I just thank God for all of that. And, for myself, that was too many coincidences for me and too many synchronicities with my praying about it and asking for help. And that's what actually started my social media, is because I was so dedicated. I'm still so dedicated into doing this lifestyle and healing myself. And I was going to give it my all. And I was going to share authentically if it worked or didn't work. And 10 years later, it's still working. I didn't share that I've had a consultation with him before because I felt like people were thinking I was working for him because he was sharing a lot of my stuff. He would repost things about my healing journey. I wasn't getting paid by him. I wasn't working for him. I was just a person sharing my healing journey. And, I think now because there's so many people that have met him and are sharing their stories, I feel comfortable sharing that I had a consultation with him and I got to speak with him because now, you'll know that I don't work for him. Like, I don't work for him at all. Not one bit. I was just a person who was sharing my authentic story. And, I had promised him when I had that call with him, I told him, I promise you that I will share that I am healing because this is the only thing that has been working. I will continue to share this because it is really like you have saved my life with this information. God has saved my life. I feel like He has placed this information in my life for a reason. And I have gone through the journey of these 10 years for a reason. And that's why I feel very connected to this stuff, that this is more than just a person sharing information about how to heal. This was something that I asked for from God, and He blessed me with a gift. And that's how I feel about this stuff. And I'm sure many other people feel this way who have gone down this journey, but I kind of just wanted to share that little story with you in case anybody needs to hear it. And so I guess that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.